Hi everyone, welcome back to Nick's Home Renovation. I'm at my 1955 property that my family and I are renovating, and I'm glad to say there's been lots of progress since my last video. We've had a carpenter here doing the stud work, which you may be able to see behind me. I've been plasterboarding the walls and the ceilings upstairs. I've been doing the first fix of the electrics. We've had the flat roof done in the extension out the back, and we've also had the oversite done downstairs, which is the pouring of the concrete. So lots and lots and lots of things to show you. For those of you that haven't seen my video before, we bought a house for my wife and my daughter in Kent, and it had a big plot on the side and a big garden. So we've done a double-storey extension down the side and a single-storey extension at the back, and we're renovating the entire property. I'm going to start by showing you around upstairs, as this is where the bulk of the work is, and then I'll put little footage of the work in progress as well. So I've got quite a cool video time lapse of the oversite being done downstairs, the pouring of the concrete and the sand and everything. That's really cool to see, and I've got a little bit of the flat roof as well, although my video did cut out because it was very, very wet at the time. But I'll start upstairs by showing you the extension. So I'll come in the door of the extension. So this, you could see, is the old outside house, and this is the top floor of the double-storey extension, and now we've had all this stud work built. So I'll come into this room on the left now, and this is bedroom number 2. So we're not quite sure who's going to have this bedroom yet. Maybe a lovely guest room, and down there is going to be the ensuite. So you walk through this door here, you have a loo right in front of you, sink under the window here, and then a shower in the corner here. So I've done all of my electrics and first fix, getting that all ready, as I can obviously do that at low cost. Bed's going to go here, which is why I've got sockets and switches for lights either side of that. And I didn't mention this in the previous video, but yeah, the windows are in phase 1. I'll show you the ones we're going to order for phase 2 in a minute, but I'm really pleased with those. Coming through to the master bedroom, so this will be Emily and my bedroom, and there's a bit more to show you here. So the bed's going to be going here, that's why I put sockets and switches again over here. This is going to be our ensuite, with, you walk in here with a shower on the left, sink in the middle, and toilet under the window there. The toilets had to go on this external wall because all the pipe work's got to go externally there. And we've got a little bonus space which we sort of flipped around since I last spoke to you guys on here. We originally had the dressing room door here, but we thought it worked better here, bringing the light in through this window here. And the aim eventually is to have wardrobes spanning here, and the dressing table for Emily somewhere, maybe under the window if we have the room, or maybe built into this corner some way, but that's to be discussed. Plan is to have a radiator on this wall, radiator under the window, and then in this bedroom here the radiator will go over here. It's always a really exciting stage when you go from just seeing the chipboard flooring and it all open to now seeing the stud work. Now there's been some changes here on the landing. I'll come all the way back here to show you some befores and afters, but now all this stud work's been done as well, and we've kind of changed the format. So we were going to have the bathroom here. This was always going to be a cupboard, and this was always going to be a bathroom. And what we were doing before was squeezing an ensuite in here for that room in that far right hand corner. But we've changed our minds. It was my wife's idea, and I really think it's a really good idea. We've made a Jack and Jill bathroom basically, which gives us more wardrobe space in this section, which I'll show you in a minute. And then they've still got access as sort of an ensuite from this bedroom here, wardrobes in here, to this bathroom, and you can just lock this door as well. So I'm actually thinking now this could be our daughter Lydia's bedroom in this corner here. So still plenty of space for a single bed here up against this wall, and then you've got this cool little passageway coming through here where we're going to have inbuilt wardrobes in this section, and a reduced section here which could be some shelves and some LED lights or something like that to make it a bit fancier. And then coming through to the bathroom here, where we're going to have a bath in this section here, which is perfect for it, sink under the window, and then toilet over there because we've got the pipe already, which I'll show you downstairs underneath that going out. And I think that works really well because Lydia's only 2, she'll probably be 3 by the time we move in here. hopefully, he says. So if we're giving her a bath every night, that's her bedroom there. It sort of all links in quite nicely. And then if guests stay as well, we can just lock that door and they can come in this way if necessary. So I think that's really added to it, and I'm pleased about it because I was really worried about this ensuite. It was going to be really crammed in, it didn't have a window. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. I think that's a really good solution. So coming into this storage cupboard here, we're going to put the boiler on this wall here, and we need a cylinder because it's quite a large house with a lot of bathrooms now. So we need a cylinder downstairs to store the water, which I'll show you where that's going. Boiler can go on that external wall there, and then this can just be used for storage and other things in there, which is really, really useful. The black on the wall is actually just damp from the house just being so exposed for so long. We've taken all of the ceilings down and stripped everything back to the original, not only because it sort of needed doing, but I could do it for cost by ripping it all back, and then obviously it's way easier to run my cables and to run my pipes because it's 90% stud work and open up there. The plan is obviously to insulate up here. That's what I'm going to do afterwards, but I've already started the rewire, and I have been doing myself all of these ceiling plasterboard and wall plasterboard as well, so I've got all of this to plasterboard next week, and I'll have to do a little video on it, but I've been using a plasterboard hoist, which I'll show you and do a specific video, which is dismantled there. But it makes it really easy to do plasterboard on your own, because you just basically plonk it on the hoist and lift it up, and it takes all the weight for you. This room is prepped ready for plastering tomorrow, so I know it feels really early, but this room is ready. I've overboarded the ceiling. That's all ready to go. I've rewired it, so I've got my sockets here, socket here, switch here, and then my light up here. And it's basically, all it needs is a radiator under this window, but because all of the floor and the ceilings are off, then they can just access it from below and bring the pipes up. So this tomorrow is getting plastered, which is really exciting. And then the guys plaster me also do my dot and dabbing. So dot and dabbing, for those of you that don't know, is on walls like this, which is the old back of house, or side of house, sorry, and this new block work on the front just gets dot and dabbing, which is basically putting plasterboard like this and some goo and going slam, bringing it out it brings it out about 3 centimeters and forms our wall. I wish it was something I could do to save some more money, but it's a real skill getting it level. So I've got to use the experts on that one, whereas actually plasterboarding these walls, when my carpenters built it all so straight and nice, is a lot easier. I'll show you, oh no, I was going to show you up in the loft, but not actually too much to see there, and the loft ladder's up. So coming back downstairs, got my new shiny stairs that my carpenter and I put on. I filmed all of that, so that'll be another video I do at one stage. You can see the old line of the stairs coming down here. So the stairs went that way. When I crossed that window, it was horrific. So we ripped them out and have threaded it this way, and it fits really nicely. And just by gaining that little step here as well, I really like, because it comes less this way and gives you a nice sort of open space as you come through the front door here, which I think feels really nice. I'm really pleased with it. So I will do another video separately on the installation of that, because we filmed the whole thing. I'll come back into this area in a minute, but I'll just show you the oversite. So this has all been done now, which is basically the pouring of the concrete. They had to rush it a bit as it came at 6 PM when it was supposed to come at 2 PM. So they did it really well, considering they didn't have much time or light to actually do a really nice job. So all the concrete's been poured. I'll put a little time lapse footage of that as I go around. So it's been poured the whole way along. So the next stage in this room is I've ordered 90mm insulation. That's going on the floor there, and then we can screed on top of that. But then in this section, the kitchen, dining room, we're going to have underfloor heating. So the insulation will sit on the floor, will be taped up. The underfloor heating sits on top, and then we screed over that. So that's the next phase that I really want to get into. I'll jump up and show you the flat roof in a minute as well, but you can see they've built the upstands with the insulation in there, and we've got 150mm insulation below the flat roof as well. We're going to have Crittall style windows back here, so that's why these ones aren't in. So that's the black framed windows all in here. And then for those of you that haven't seen the video, this is basically being split into 3 rooms. One room in this far right hand corner, which we're thinking is a playroom for Lydia. Door in the middle of this one going into this room, which would be sort of a small TV room. And then you have a large living space for when the family and friends are over at the back here. Basically started from around here all the way through to there. And as you come around the corner, I think we put a stud wall in here with a double door in, leading through to our kitchen diner with sort of a dining table around here, an island here, and then kitchen here, leading through. We'll have to block some of this up, maybe have some tall units here, and then walk through here to our utility, which we'll have to put a wall somewhere across the middle here to split this into utility, because the bit at the front is going to be Emily's office. The windows were delivered wrong, so they're supposed to be clear, and there's also eagle-eyed viewers might see a teeny crack as well down there, so that's going to be changed. But actually we think for privacy reasons at the beginning it's quite useful to keep it like that, so we're going to do that at the very end. This is some of my plasterboard. I've already had 120 sheets here and it's gone right down already. I think we're going to need about 300 sheets. And this is my double garage, which is just a bit of a tip at the moment, and it's going to be even worse so because I'm clearing the drive on Monday. Right, let's go and show you guys the flat roof and the hall. So as I say, yeah, this front room will be Emily's office, and we'll build a stud wall across here. The idea is to have some shelving of some kind, I think, here, and Emily's desk and stuff will sit under the window, which definitely won't be frosted. And then out here, we've got lots of stud work to be built here. So again, I bought 200 lengths of 4x2, and I think that's about 80 or 90 left. And then this, hopefully, I don't think it'll be enough, but because we've got all of the stud work in there to be built, stud work across here, and then this is going to be a storage cupboard for our cylinder, because that's directly below the boiler, which is above. And then in this corner here will be the downstairs loo, and then this drain pipe ties up going up here to what I said about the bathroom above. That's why that toilet is on the external wall up here, and that will come down here. And I'll probably box all that in the stud wall and bring that out, because you obviously don't want to see drops like that when you've got so much of a new build here, really. Quick view out the front. We've actually had planning permission for the drive. It's not something we plan to do right away, but we have planning permission now to do a big U round here. Haven't quite got all the design sorted, but it's quite nice because we don't have to lose any of the nice trees. We've got this nice tree here, nice tree here. So that's plan 1000 of 1000, and I'm looking forward to clearing all this on Monday and save those roof tiles for a later date. I will show you actually a quick view of the front, because it's looking so much more attractive now. When the scaffolding comes down, it's going to look really nice. I'm really pleased with how it's looking. And I'll take you upstairs to see a cool view of the flat roof. What's the best way of going? I'll go if this ladder's still out here, which it is. I can show you the garden then, and then the flat roof. So back here, this is all of this stuff, believe it or not, is going under the patio to sort of act as like a base layer, and then we pour this sort of type 1, type 2 mix in to build it up, because you can see where the finished floor level is, it needs a lot of building up. So rather than send this all to the tip, it can all be spread out with the digger and the dumper, and we try and make the best of it under there. So that's the eventual plan, to bring the patio out as far as we can here, and then it's looking pretty attractive from the back now. So there's the flat roof, and I'll pop up there in a second to show you. You can see that tile missing right in the middle. That's where my boiler is going to come out from upstairs. And then we've got this dreaded swimming pool to deal with down the line, which the eventual plan is to dig some of this back and fill it with soil from the drive when we're ripping that up, as there's enough room to get a digger down the side of the house and sort of deal with this. And we need to get rid of all this round layer as well, so that's going to be a job to get rid of all of this down the line. Right, let's hop up this ladder here and I'll show you the flat roof. And here's the flat roof. So believe it or not, this was one day for the guys to do. The builders had to do a lot of prep, putting the plywood down, huge screws and insulating obviously, which took several days. But the actual final layer went down in just one day with 3 guys, which is pretty cool. So this here you can see up here, some random coffee mugs up here. I'll take those down in a minute. Oh, that's the best way to come up. I should have come up there. This one is going to be over our kitchen, 600 by 2 meter skylight, and then these two are going to be lanterns. So this one is 2 meters by 1 meter, which will be under our dining room table, and then this one over here is going to be in our living room, same size lantern, 2 meters by 1 meter. We get all our skylights and windows and things from a company called EOS Rooflights. I'm going to do a specific video on them. This is not a paid promotion, I just use them for everything and they're really good. But we're getting all of our aluminium lanterns and roof lights from them. So if you want more information, give me a shout. But I will be doing a really cool video with them, showing how they're manufactured, how the process is, and explaining everything about how, you know, you order these sorts of things. It's not as simple as you might think sometimes. And then quite a cool view up here of the garden too, which overwhelms me a bit with the scale of it, but excites me as well at the same time. Thanks everyone for watching and subscribing. Really like to see your comments about what we're doing, and any tips and advice, always welcome. Comment below, and yeah, have a good weekend. Cheers.